We have a section of lights up here in the basement, and they're all supposed to go on together. It's those three. This one does not seem to want to work. Obviously, there's no bulb in it right now. I took the bulb out, but I replaced it with a good bulb, and it still doesn't work. So I'm gonna go up and try it again, just to double check. Okay, so with the light bulb in, and the other lights on its thing are glowing, something is wrong inside there, and I'm gonna have to figure out what it is. So the first thing I'm gonna do is turn the light off. So I flip that switch, and that turns all of the lights off. And then I can start digging into this one. Okay, so the first thing I did was I actually popped this, and I popped a few of them out. I used that little edge right there and put a screwdriver up there and was able to pop them out. And that makes this whole thing able to slide out of the roof. You can kind of see stuff that's up there. You can see the wires. Come up here. Anyway, I'm gonna deal with this and try to figure out what's going on with it. So I'm not really sure where to start with this thing, but this piece, if I pull it this way, nope, I gotta push it. It slides open, and this piece comes off, and you can see the wires in there. And if I can get the wires out, maybe I can check and see if they get electricity when we turn the power on. And then I know whether I have to go higher up or it's an issue with this thing. So these lights over here are actually controlled by this switch right here, and you push it, and that turns the lights on, and then I can adjust it down and up from there. Anyway, so I'm gonna mess around with that now to see if there's power to it. Just to see how this works, when I plug these in, and it's got power to it, it shows about 120 volts. Okay, if I'm touching these ends, I should show voltage here, and I don't get nothing. So something's wrong up further. So I'm gonna go up in the ceiling and just kind of look and see where this thing can go. I think it goes to the next one over. So that's probably my best bet, is to check that one and see if there's another set that's supposed to come off of it that's not quite connected. Okay, so somehow I gotta try to get this out. I'm not sure exactly how it's gonna work. I need to get it out and check the electricity behind it to see how it affects that one, because they should be connected. So when I pull on it, there's something that's connecting it up there, and I think it's gotta have to do with this thing, but I'm not sure how that works. So as I start to try to move this around, you can see there's something that's metal behind it on this side. And then if I try to move it the other way, there's something metal on this side. So I'm not sure how that works or how I can get it out. It's got little gaps and stuff inside there. Is there a spot I can push to try to... So I went to Lowe's, I talked to the guy about it. He says this actually pulls down. So I'm working on it. It pulls down. And then there's a panel up here. I took that off, and you can see the wiring up in there. So I gotta check that wiring and see if something is loose. Okay, so I'm gonna reach for these wires up here. I've got the electricity turned off to it. At least by looking at this lamp, I know that there's no electricity. I'm gonna pull those down, if possible. And then see the other one. Can't tell where it is. It's way off to the right. Anyway, I'll work on that. But I'm gonna get those pulled out and then untangle them and see if we got all three wires. Got two. We'll go from there. So getting up in here, I was able to undo that wire, just the white, the one that was all white wires, and you can see, if you can see it or not, one of them is separate from the others. I'm not sure if that was the issue or not. The black one's hard to get to. It's tucked back up in there, but I'll see if I can get to it. But I'm gonna redo this one first and just make sure that the three wires are connected. Okay, so I redid those white wires that were right there. There were actually 4 wires in that one thing. So I tied them all together. And then this is the one that didn't work. So let's see if I can get it to work. I don't know if you can see this or not. If this works, then we're good. Whoa! It works. That's a good thing. That's a good thing. Okay, now it just comes to putting them back together again. Okay, so I was able to remount the wires, put them back up in there. Screw the light bulb back up in there. And we'll go see if it works. So you got all three of them there. I'm gonna turn the switch on and see if they all three go. Woo! That's a good thing. That's a good thing. Okay, now I just gotta put the two covers back on. We'll be good. Okay, these are the covers, and they just slide back up in there. And they'll just sit there, which is great. I'll do the same thing with the other one. So this is the one that didn't work before, and now turn it on, and it works, as well as the other one and that one. One needs a different bulb, but that's okay. It works now, which is great. Have a good day.